Before I became a wife and a mother, I never understood why female artists fell off the radar after finding love and starting a family. When it happened to me, I finally got it. I didn't think I was ever going to do music again. When rising star Masa Caroline was interviewed by H Metro, she challenged female musicians to get back into music, just like she did. So I decided to sit down with Masa and talk about the issues we face as women, wives, and mothers in music when it comes to getting back into the game.
So my name is Masa Caroline, born Caroline Ngobile Masawi, then married to a fish. Married to a hobby. I started doing music as a hobby, and then it became serious when there was a band that was looking for an artist, a singer. And they were a jazz band. It was called the Sunset Jazz Band. They were an amazing jazz band, and they wanted a singer. And then I was like, okay, I'm free. After work, I can always do this, and I joined them. Yeah. And then 2015, I got married to the drummer in the band. And then 2015, we had our son, and yeah, I'd actually put a stop to music, and I said, music, I'm not gonna be able to do this. I'm now a mom and have a small baby and I have a husband. Yeah, it's gonna be difficult.
For me personally, my voice got shattered like during the pregnancy. I couldn't sing at all, and I guess it was a difficult time for me because I did want to get back into music. People would ask me, when are you getting back, and I'm like, I want to, but I can't because I can't sing.
I don't remember my voice disappearing, but I remember having nothing to write because I'm always writing. My singing, but writing is where I live the most. And I remember not having anything to write. And I remember one friend was asking me, even write about your pregnancy, write about something, write about anything. I could not. There was nothing. For a good year and a half, I was dry, nothing. And I thought, it's over. The inspiration's gone. That's it. Yeah, it was difficult. And, just also the pressure of, hey, you're now married and you're raising a baby. And, oh, man, that pressure was a lot. And it's like you're now living in this new world. That other world is left.
And like a certain kind of freedom that you had before, like a baby, is like gone.
Yeah.
So many responsibilities. And even let's say you want to sit down and write something, baby starts crying.
Yes, definitely. Or they want to eat your pen. It was really a trying time. And also just having maybe no one to talk to in that sense, a creative person who would understand. To just say, hey, this is actually stressing me not being able to write a song. And they're like, you're crazy or whatever. They don't understand.
Another thing that stressed me out was the issue of it takes a lot to be in music. You need to invest a lot. Time, but also resources. But then, because we're in Zim, living off your music sometimes can be tricky. And here there's a kid who's growing up, you're thinking of school fees, you're thinking of, clothes, diapers.
So many things. The thing with being a creative is that for sure you're not gonna make money from the get-go. I'll tell you that. But I had a job and I sort of had that. And I thought, as long as I can balance the two, go to work and do my singing, I'm sure I'll be fine. So it was more of, the work was now sponsoring the music for a very long time, even up until now. the other, side hustles sponsor the
Yeah.
music, because it really does take a lot.
Yeah.
From paying for rehearsal times, rehearsal studios
Yeah.
charge per hour.
Yeah.
So you need to pay for that. You need to pay for transport for the band. You need your own transport.
Yeah.
You need to pay if you're going to record, recording time, mixing and mastering.
Yeah.
A lot goes into it, and it's a lot of money
It is a lot of money.
that you can't just do just from like today I'm decided to be a musician.
Yeah.
It's hard.
I think also another thing that we face as women is our parents after childbearing.
Oh, oh God, help us. Yes, that is
Yeah.
a big thing.
Yeah.
Like you're so insecure about a lot of things.
Yeah.
It's like you're a newborn woman. You're like, you didn't know this version of yourself. And now, you got a baby, you got this, you got in-laws as well,
Exactly.
And you're expected to be coming to the family functions every Saturday, Sunday,
Yeah.
whatever, It's a lot of pressure.
Yeah.
From, especially coming from where you're this independent, oh, I can do everything
Yeah.
by myself. It's a lot of pressure.
Yeah.
And I think if you eventually have to get to a point where you accept who you are and accept that the changes are good. And
Yeah.
I mean, you are literally like a goddess. You gave birth to a human child. Man, even if I look like Humpty Dumpty, everyone should forgive me because the stress is enough. It's just intense.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, you have to love yourself. If you accept yourself and love yourself, and if you have improvements to make and you think you can do them without stressing yourself, then
Yeah.
do them. But if you love yourself the way you are, love
Yeah.
yourself, and that's the key, I think.
Do you think our culture and the way we were raised is still affecting like people's perception in terms of women in music? Could that be a contributing factor of people struggling to get back into music?
Back in the days, like, you're a musician. Oh, musicians are like this. Their character is like this.
Yeah.
Because they sort of stereotyped musicians,
Yeah.
but it's different now. Musicians are professionals, and it's an actual profession.
Yeah.
If you ask me what is your job, I say I'm a musician.
Yeah.
You still have those people who look at you and be like, no, I mean your actual job. You're like, but I just told you my actual job.
Yeah.
I'm a musician. Yeah, so you still have those, but I'm sure with time things
Yeah.
change. And the cultural aspect, being a woman and being expected to be in the home, it plays a huge, huge part, especially if you as the musician or you as the woman, you don't sort of, how can I say, like you don't put it upon yourself to say, because now I'm a mother, I must do this, I must
Yeah.
stop doing this kind of music. Maybe
Yeah.
I should just stick to like gospel, maybe that's the right
Yeah.
thing, or I must stick, you have the music that you like to do.
Yeah.
And now because of all these other connotations, you're like, maybe let me not sing about that.
Yeah.
But then it's you're like stealing from yourself.
Yeah.
You're stealing from who you are.
Yeah.
You're creative. Create
Yeah.
whatever it is that you need to create,
Yeah.
musically or whatever.
Yeah.
Go for it. And then our culture really does play a huge role in, taking us back a bit. It does. It also goes back to your family. Do they support it?
Yeah.
If they've been supportive, then I think you're way off.
Yeah.
You're better off, rather.
Yeah.
But if they're not, then it's way difficult. And if you don't have a spouse who supports, it's way difficult.
I get it, but I really appreciate my husband's support in my music. Otherwise, I think I would still be behind closed doors if it
Yeah.
wasn't for the support of my husband and
Yeah.
saying, just keep on trying, just keep on going. This is what you love, and
Yeah.
that extra push.
Yeah, you
it
need
helps
it.
a lot.
It does.
Yeah.
It's needed because you're going through a lot. You've got a family to take care of. You've got a home that needs to be, clean all the time.
Yeah.
You got laundry to think of. You got a lot of things are going on. You got a sister, auntie, murora, tete, everything. Each for one person, guys.
It's a
It's a
lot.
lot. As women, and I'll say this, obviously take it with a pinch of salt, but we tend to lose ourselves in the things we do. For example, the marriage, and you lose your identity as, Tafiru. I lose my identity as Masa because I'm now Mrs.
Yeah.
Nyingi. And so it's now all about kids, a lot of things, and you are forgotten. You
Yeah.
are like a non-entity. You don't exist
Yeah.
because everything now you do. And it's a gift that we have to be able to give ourselves to the things we do, but in that gift also we lose who we are. And it's now, even I think it's also from our culture, when you go to your family, they don't even call you Taffy no more.
Exactly.
You're not mine, Ingi. Exactly. It's like, I don't exist anymore. This is not what I live for. It's good, enjoy that, but remember yourself.
Yeah.
Like, remember you. Remember who you are. Remember Taffy. Remember Masa.
Yeah.
And, do the things that, Taffy loves. Do the things that, that I love.
Yeah.
Obviously, now you have to consider the people you live with,
Yeah.
because you're a family. You're not going to go around doing things that offend, your spouse, because, I mean, you're married, you made that decision and you took that vow.
Yeah.
So you have to honor it. And maybe also I'll just say a word of advice to the female musicians who are not yet married.
Yeah.
Is to find a person who supports you. Who's not gonna change on you, like, now that you're married, these jeans you're wearing, no,
Too
you
tight.
you can't do that. Or these
Yeah.
songs you're singing, or this music thing, it's not really becoming of a wife.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
no, you need someone who supports you
Supports you.
100%. It really helps. And also look into, do a bit of digging into their family. What kind of people are they? Do they support you? Because it really counts, because, his influence is from there.
Yeah.
And that is a huge, part of how he makes decisions.
Yeah.
So you need to also, take into consideration so that you remain you
Yeah.
and not forget yourself.
Yeah.
I had a mentor. Her name is Chipo, and she took me through a lot of these scenarios to say, like, if you're not gonna live in the gift that you were given, so, like, what's your purpose in life? I'm sure it's not just to come and to work 8 o'clock. We start work. 5 o'clock we're going home. Yes, that is important, because sustenance is important.
Yeah.
But your gift is also important. It will open, doors for you, and it's hard. It's definitely hard. It's not an easy, journey, but the character that you build on that journey and the person that you become are very important. Yeah.
Do you have anything else you want to add?
I want to ask you a question.
All right. Yeah. Yeah.
Do you not think that it's a lot of it is has to do with the one, like, knowing yourself, and two, understanding your purpose, like knowing your purpose? I feel like if you at least have an understanding of that, it helps, because you'll push, like, you will
Yeah.
have to. It's like literally like digging yourself out of a pit.
I think for me, I don't know, I guess because it took such a long time for, like, my voice to come back, I started questioning myself. Is it really what I'm supposed to do? I was just pushing time when I was doing it, So it's one of those things that, yes, I believed, when I started the music, I believed that my purpose was to, use my music and minister to people through it. But then when the longer that it took for my voice to come back, I'm like,
Like,
so as much as I had the purpose, and, like, in the beginning, it's one of those things, I don't know, maybe the devil was trying to stop me at some point. So I guess, I don't know, maybe that the longer
you're
it
right.
takes,
Yeah, you're right.
you're like,
You
is
then
it
start
really?
to, like, doubt yourself.
Yeah.
Can I really do this? I always do that, like, every time. Like, I always pray for signs. Like, I'm like, God, I'm gonna give up now. This thing is not working. It's expensive. Hey, I can't do this.
Yeah.
And then, God will bring someone in your life who will say something or show you something.
Yeah.
I literally, like, a friend of mine invited me to Allied Art, for Allied Arts competitions. I think that's what they are.
Yeah.
On a Friday. I didn't have anything I was doing. So I was like, okay, I'm going to go.
Yeah.
And I went there, and there was a group of students who were doing duets. And then one of the duets was doing my song. I was like,
Really? Oh,
what?
wow.
I literally, like, I was crying, like, tears inside there. And people were like, come here, right. Because, like, that was the sign. Like,
Yeah.
don't stop. Like, it's impacting one person at a time.
Yeah.
You know, it's slow.
Yeah.
But when it happens, it's amazing. Because that's when you hear of people who have done, like, careers, like, 25 years. Like, 25 years, I only know, like, 10.
Yeah.
Because it's a long
Yeah.
journey.
And
Yeah.
I guess it's that journey is the building of the roots.
Exactly.
They're going deeper and deeper so that when you do finally break through.
You can stand.
Exactly.
And even that process that, you went through and I went through, that, not knowing this, the doubt gets lesser and lesser as you go. But you have to go through that.
Yeah.
So that when you know, like,
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah.
And it's important. It's a necessary journey as well.
Yeah.
It's painful and you don't know what you're doing.
Yeah.
But I think it's necessary. It's how God builds our character.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that when Taffy was like taking a Grammy,
Yeah.
it's like, yo, man.
I received that.
Yeah. But you just don't happen to be an artisan like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Especially if you're one that's going to last a long time.
Yeah.
You have to be, yeah, it's hard, but hey. I was going to ask you another question.
Yeah.
I was going to ask after, like, before you had the family, did you have a plan? What was your plan? In connection with the music.
The plan. I did have a plan. I wanted to release as much music as possible, as many songs as possible. I wanted to break through, not just in the gospel industry. For me, I want to do Christian music that is not that is not gospel. I don't know if that makes sense. Like,
I get you.
There's a certain sound that gospel has, and I didn't want to be restricted to that. And so I started doing different talent shows, just trying to get my the bass that I was singing to different. And yeah, I was on the way there, and then took a detour.
You took a detour. Or
Yeah.
do you feel, because everyone sort of has that plan before they go, into marriage and whatnot. Do you feel the plans are set aside, or it's like they're on hold until I'm done with this, and then people then sort of like lose themselves into the situation and they forget?
I don't know what happens. I think for some people it is like that. They are on hold, and then for some people I think they change. And I think for some people it's one of those God uses that situation to redirect you. So like for me now, I think the plan has sort of changed. It's no longer the plan that I had before.
Okay.
And I think God used that break to redirect me, and also to inspire me in a different way. I think the inspiration that I had before the family was different, and the stuff that I went through even when I was going through the break actually added more depth to I guess the music that I'm going to do in future, because I think I'm more passionate about young women and them, I don't know, grounding themselves and preparing themselves for, because it's an important role. Motherhood, being a wife, it's an important role, and it also adds a certain element that, I think we do one of the greatest jobs in the world.
Yes,
like raising,
definitely. Definitely.
human beings. It's
Yeah.
not easy. And I think I also saw God during that period of how God loves us through the love that I got to have with my daughter.
Exactly.
So it's
yeah.
one of those things that, yes, the plan changed a bit, and yeah, the plan changed a bit,
Changed a bit,
and I got to grow.
So that's very important. I never thought of it like that way, and I guess that's inspirational, to the people that are watching. Is
Yeah.
that sometimes it's not like a detour to stop the dream, but it can be to change it,
Yeah.
or to inspire you a different way.
Yeah.
And that's very
Yeah.
that's so profound. Wow, I think that happened to me too.
Yeah.
Yeah, because before the marriage, I wasn't as focused as I am now.
Yeah.
So maybe that time was
And you
to
appreciate it more.
yes, yes,
Like I'm like,
definitely.
I'm holding on to music. I'm like, wow, this is so important, because
Yeah.
I think because of the break, it got me to appreciate it more and
Yeah.
what it could do.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
And to people or musicians that have stopped and you're now inspired, maybe for your family. There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
But as long as you're not losing yourself, and that decision you made by yourself.
Yeah.
Not that the
Anyone made it for you.
circumstances made the decision for you. I
Exactly.
think that's also important. Yeah.
Thank you so much for coming.
So
Had
happy.
fun.
When are we doing this again?
We should do it again. We
Yeah,
should
I
do it
loved
again.
it. I loved
Maybe
it.
hopefully it'll be after your album comes out.
Oh,
and we get new music.
yes. I'm so excited.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. Thank you so
Definitely.
much. Thank you so much.